I didn't enjoy working you.
No, you're a pain in the ass to work. I'm just waiting to get Thea fired now. That's, who do I have to keep happy? Sometimes just keep yourself happy. Stop trying to impress people who don't even know you.
Even if you and I did everything the same.
We would end up in different places.
Yes. I feel like I've always been in decent shape. But then, as long as I've known you, you've been like 300 pounds of muscle. And that upsets me greatly. How did you get this rig and why have you had it for so long?
Well, I appreciate it. You're not doing too bad now. You're looking like you've put a few pounds on.
I'm okay.
Like good pounds.
Sure.
Probably the less stress from the previous environment.
Less stress, yes.
Not like sticking your fingers down your throat due to anxiety. No, I think it just comes from like playing rugby.
Yeah.
I've always been a pro athlete. I mean, I made my pro debut at like 17. So like I've always been into training, always loved training. But I was a fat bastard when I was in high school.
I was going to ask if you were a fat kid.
Oh yeah, I was a. So I made an excuse once, right? I got like burnt out of rugby when I was like 13, and I said I'm leaving rugby to lose some weight.
Oh.
And I fucking piled it on. I was like Billy Bunter.
But like, if you're 13, 14, whatever that is, are you like, is it the same as in America where every kid is already bench pressing 225? Because in Australia, we're so far behind with that.
Same thing. UK is so far behind America. Like the strength and conditioning stuff's like when I first started going to the gym, I was like 14, and I went with my mate, my mate, and my mate's dad, Dave, and he took us to this gym, and he was like, "Yeah, this is what you do," and I just started from there. But I fell in love with it, and then you just start, learning, reading, like old magazines. My dad used to do a bit of weight training, and so you pick up certain things, and then as you get into the professional game, you start having these strength and conditioning coaches that know a little bit. Whereas I look back now, I'm thinking they didn't really know a lot.
I know you were doing online coaching. Are doing online coaching?
Still doing online coaching.
With what you would be teaching people now, who has been the biggest influence on that style, or however you want to word that?
Man. So like, I have a coach, a guy called Luke Lehman, who used to be an educator for Charles Poliquin.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he's changed like a lot of like my thought process on like training and how to get people in shape.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of trainers, they'll just go and they'll like start slashing calories and upping the cardio and stuff like that, and it just burns people into the ground. But now it's a lot about like stress reduction and stress management and how that influences people's metabolic flexibility and how they utilize nutrients and all that kind of stuff. So that's
which is so from when we grew up and YouTube was just kind of becoming a thing. Before that, I was lucky to get protein.
Yeah.
None of that stuff was available knowledge to me when I was coming up. Like, because I always think of Austin Theory. I'm like, this asshole was jacked at like 20.
He's just a pair of arms.
But like good arms.
Yeah, good arms. I give him that.
But like, I never could have had that at his age with the knowledge that I had when I, at that time. I go, people now are so lucky to have the knowledge, the availability to knowledge.
It's a double-edged sword, right? Because there's a lot of information out there, but there's a lot of information out there as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
You get these influencers that have got like mental issues that are trying to give people advice. They have no business giving people life advice, training advice, nutrition advice. Yeah. So sometimes it's trial and tribulation. You've got to sift through the bullshit to find something that works for you.
Which I think could be said in pro wrestling too.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because there's not one way to succeed or fail. So people have to have an understanding of, and I think a lot of the time they're taught like, hey, do this, like this is the way to do it. And then they do it and go, hold on, you said this would be the result and it's not. And I think that could be a difference between wrestlers coming into the PC versus athletes, where they kind of have to believe what they're being told, as opposed to wrestlers that can be like, oh, this is a work and this is true, but this is also another option, and it just is very situational depending on ABC. Not everything is set in stone. There isn't one way to do things. It's everyone's journey and experience in wrestling is very different. Even if you and I did everything the same,
we would end up in different places.
Yes, yeah.
Just because of the way that situations work out and stuff, and your influences and where those decisions take you. Yeah. But even like, and it makes no wonder why you see these athletes come in, and you and me have seen it in the PC where the brains end up like scrambled eggs because they're getting told one thing, they do it, then it's like, no, you should have done this. It's like, well, help me out. Throw me a bone. It's like one coach is saying this, other coach is saying that. So it's like, who do I have to keep happy? And a lot of the time it's like, sometimes just keep yourself happy.
Yeah, because you got to stay sane.
Yeah.
Because you've just got to get through it, which is a part of the whole like, hey man, you just got to play the game.
Yeah.
A part of that involves not losing your mind.
I'm not good at playing the game. Like, all the politics and stuff, I'm not good at that. I'm like, I just want to, like, I'm an athlete, right? So I was in a weird kind of like subcategory because I got recruited because I was an athlete, but I always wanted to be a wrestler. I was always a wrestling fan. I started wrestling off my own back.
Yeah.
WWE wasn't even a thought. I wanted to do it because I thought, oh, I like this. I want to do it. So like, I kind of get it. Of like, I can see both sides as far as what you said, where like, wrestlers come in and they have a preconceived idea of who they are, what they do, and how things work, and different experiences. Whereas they get athletes that come in and they want robot avatar, do this, don't ask questions.
Yeah.
And then if they like, yeah, you'll just,
The ones that don't ask questions can get far.
just do.
There's a few examples that I think of. I don't need to name names, but I remember one guy who was just very like American, like hard worker, which is good. You got to be a hard worker. But I remember him going into the gym being like, is anyone outworking me? It's like, bro, it doesn't matter. It's kind of the same with the old strength coach, where he was good at his job,
Very good.
loved his job, and I had to try to explain to him, which you cannot explain to a strength coach. Your job doesn't matter. It's not real. Like, it's a part of the system to look like we have the best of everything, which we do. We do have that at our disposal, which is good because we should. And it's not the same as in a sport where, okay, he's doing this, and this, and here. That's going to affect this.
There is no metrics for success in professional wrestling. There is no. Well, there's things that you can be good at to improve your chances of being successful. But as far as from a gym perspective, it's not as if, like, for me,
the long jump isn't going to affect.
No, and like if I played rugby and I played 4 games last month, but then he dropped me, my coach dropped me, I could go back to him and say, look at my stats from the last game, right? I can't say, hey, Booker, not Booker T, but the Booker, the man that's holding the pencil, why am I not on TV this week? Look at my last 3. It's just, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So as far as like, it's a weird contrast from like being in the gym and you're training like an athlete and thinking, is anyone outworking me or is anyone lifting more than me? When, like you said, it doesn't matter. As long as you look like you can lift 300 pounds, and as long as you can look like you can, do some damage physically.
I remember the 2019 Combine, because myself and Bronson had just got there. And I remember, like, we are going as hard as we can on every lift. And then I remember seeing, like, Adam Cole walk through, hey, guys. And I'm like, oh, you're not doing this? Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's a very hard environment to be in because there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
So you've almost got to find your own way. And, like, for instance, when I got called up, I came back from injury, from blowing both my legs out, right?
I remember.
I was supposed to be getting a decent push going into War Games with Undisputed Era. Got hurt, come back. And then I did a couple of weeks of TV, then I got called up to SmackDown. They had no reference point of how to book me. So there's no kind of like avenue for success. It's like the writers just like, oh, then I became like Sheamus' cook. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, okay.
And it's a good example of there is a lot of right place, right time in wrestling, and you just be ready.
Be ready.
I was going to ask, are you someone that believes in luck? Because I feel like you are someone who has experienced a lot of luck and a lot of unluck in your wrestling career.
Oh man, I believe in like good fortune, and I believe that how you are and your work ethic and what you put out there can what's the word? Encourage good fortune. So I don't know if I believe in good luck, but I think I believe in bad luck because it's been a pretty running. There's been some trials and tribulations along the way.
Have you been able to laugh any of it off, or is it just accumulated to like, why?
Yeah, why? It's like, again, like what have I done? Like whose kettle did I piss in a past life to deserve this? It's like, and it's like you feel like you're going to get going, and you never can. And what's weird is when I came back down to NXT, I got put in kind of like veteran role, and I had no kind of like right to be in that role because I've done nothing.
It's a very good example though of, because I'm very big on perception is everything.
Yeah.
And this is no knock on you. We were in the ring, you, me, and Bron Breaker at one point.
Oh yeah.
And you're throwing advice at him. I'm throwing advice at him. He is ignoring my advice and listening to yours. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'll just go myself. but perception to Bron, who is green as green can be.
At that point, yeah.
You've been on the main roster. Yeah. Who am I? I'm someone he's beating. So why would he listen to me?
And that's why you're right. It's perception. But then again, that's where I think that, for me, and I would listen to anybody who's done this longer than me. Do you know what I mean? And experience doesn't automatically mean. So tenure doesn't automatically mean like they know what they're talking about.
No.
But at least try and.
What do I think of this? Does this change my perception on this? Like, what can I learn from this, good and bad?
Yeah, it's a funny situation. It's like, going back to NXT, I never really felt I got a chance to have a good run and get into the swing of things. And then coming back down, I'm like, I wanted to come back down to NXT to get a little bit of a tickle, you know. And it was like, oh well, you're just going to be in this kind of like, veteran role. I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this role yet. I've got certain things I want to achieve before I start giving back. I want to get some before I give back.
Yeah. You felt like you had just gotten to here and still had this, and this to go. I'm trying not to put my arm up in case I'm sweating. And then you're here and they're going, do this for this person. It would throw you for a loop. And wrestling is, we need you in this role. And then you have to go, yes, sir. Otherwise,
do your best.
Yeah. There's a lot of the referees that come in want to be workers. And they go, well, we've got a ref spot for you. And then do you want to be in the business or not? Because that's probably the only role they're going to give you. To you, what is the weirdest thing about professional wrestling?
That is a fucking great question. The weirdest thing to me, from a personal point, is that how much you can hate it, but at the same time love it even more than you hate it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The amount of anxiety, the amount of worry, the amount of like, I don't know, like
mental anguish,
anguish and stuff that you go through trying to figure yourself out and who you are in this roles that you're given or in this business. But then you go through all that, and all you really want to do is spend that 10-15 minutes in the ring, or cutting a promo. That's the weirdest thing. It's like it's almost like I almost feel like every single wrestler, it's Stockholm syndrome. Do you know what I mean? You start loving your abuser.
It is a very toxic relationship.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's I think it's, and maybe I was too relaxed as I was told, but I think it's important to be relaxed and a little carefree, because it's very easy to drive yourself crazy.
That's why I wasn't relaxed. I was.
Yeah.
I drove myself fucking mental.
Yeah. Because, and I'll speak about this with Chase when he's here, but like, because he was always very hopeful and looking towards the future and like, just like fingers crossed. And then there's me going like, no, they're telling us this without saying it. Like, so I'm just going to chill out, because we don't have a choice. Like, this is the role we've been given.
You're just like, well, maybe we're getting fired.
Yeah. But then I go, then that's, I mean, I said this to Grimes. I knew I was getting fired for 6 years. I just didn't know when.
But that's the mind games that everyone plays.
Yeah. And then, but a part of it is being able to relax in that and going like, there's nothing you can do about it.
It's almost a freedom, actually, if you can accept that it could end tomorrow. It's like, oh, well, it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think so. But then when you're backstage and a coach goes, I can't do the voice, but I can, I'm not going to. When a coach says, you've gotten too comfortable.
Yeah.
And I go, what do you want me to do? I've been here for 6 years and there's a ceiling.
Yeah.
I need to enjoy my life.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to now. Obviously, I still want to wrestle and I want to give it another stab. Is just go out and be carefree and have fun. That's that's the one thing that I didn't do. I didn't make sure that the fun came first.
Yes.
It was always like stepping on eggshells, and I wish I'd have just gone out on a whim and be myself, because I wasn't myself. I was never myself there. No one got to see who I was or what I could really do. So because I was always like, oh, should I, shouldn't I, shouldn't I? So now it's like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. Let's throw some shit at the wall and see if it sticks.
I think before I was there and you would see interviews from people and they would say stuff like that, like you never got to see the real me. And it's hard to be like, well, why didn't you show it? But then when you're in the system and they control ABC, there's some leeway. It's not like that you are a robot that has to do exactly this. And my God, it can be, depending on what they want, very restricted.
Yeah.
There is leeway and then there isn't leeway. It's very situational and it depends on who you are and what they want from you.
And almost where you're from as well, because if you've got people that are it's almost like if you've got people that are writing for you that don't really know you. Like, it's easy for an American to write for an American. It's harder for an American to write for a guy from the north of England who spent, the last 12 years playing professional rugby league, who has an accent, who uses different vernacular, to go and say, oh yeah, guys, let's do this. This is awesome. It's like, no wonder I never connected, because
they're not writing for you. They're writing for their audience.
Yeah, but it's like, but therefore the audience misses out on possibly having an intriguing character, because I can't say what I would usually say.
Yep.
They don't get the chance to kind of like, what did he say?
Yeah.
I'm going to Google that.
Yeah.
And it creates intrigue.
Yeah.
As opposed to just going, oh yeah, awesome, man, yeah. And like, we're going to kick. I've never once in my life in a fight on a rugby field said, I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not natural.
It's like,
They've seen it in a movie and they've written it into your script.
I'm going to strangle you.
Yeah. There was, I can't remember the exact verbiage, but there was a pre-tape where I had a similar thing where I was like, oh, in Australia, we wouldn't say this. We would never say this. And they go, but you're in America? Right. I'm Australian. And then it's just a, yes, you just have to.
I'm an alien.
That's one thing I miss about seeing you regularly is all the random shit that comes out of your mouth. And I'll beep it, but like something happens and you go, oh, tighter than a.
There's always like a something for something.
It's one of the things that I wish I had that in my, because you've always got something for everything.
Well, it's just growing up around old geezers in the pub or rugby players and stuff, and just from that nothing, they're just like,
it's good.
They've got like, I don't know what you would call it, like, they've got a saying for everything. And you're going to ask me, and I can't think of one now, but it's got to be natural, I can't think of it.
Yeah. I give you the situation, you'll have it immediately.
It's like,
until you're in it.
It's like, I don't know, we'd always say if someone walked past the TV in the house, we'd say, get out of the way, you make a better door than a window.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's good.
Stuff like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Working with Chase U, I remember being at Stand and Deliver. I think we were just managing Thea. And I remember you talking to Chase saying, like, I think we're going to be working together. And that was one thing where I was like, damn, Ridge always knows what he's doing next. And you had more of an idea than us. Because
I used to get thrown lines by a certain writer that didn't know what the fuck was going on either. So I thought that I knew.
Oh, you thought you were going to be a main event WrestleMania next year? Is that what you meant?
Oh, well, yeah, well, I did. Everyone told me that, come on. Like, it's not the dream. But I would get little tidbits of info from a writer, So then I think I'm doing a good deed by kind of like teeing up the boys, saying, hey, this could be fun.
Of course.
We could have fun. Let's get some ideas together. Let's make this really good. And then it never happened. Like, that Stand and Deliver, I think I was supposed to be...
Was that a chair shot or something there?
I was on a panel with Sam Roberts and Megan, right? And then I ended up hitting... I'd retired, right? I'd retired.
Yeah.
Then I came back as a panellist.
Yeah.
And then I hit Joe Gacy over the back with a chair.
I remember that.
No payoff. Like, it was like, oh, that happened. And it was like, okay, well, where are we going?
Yeah. Sometimes I think they see things and go, oh, and then they just pivot immediately.
But there was no reason. Like, I never had any reason to attack Joe Gacy. He was going up. Like, we all knew that he was gonna go up. So I thought, okay, well, it might lead to a match at least and a blow off, But then, oh, you're just gonna hit him with a chair? I'm like, Okay.
It was something.
Okay.
So what was the first thing? How did we introduce you into Chase U?
I was trying to help, and I kept f***ing up.
Okay.
I cost Thea the match, and did I wrestle Riley?
I know you wrestled Riley at some point.
Riley, and then I got you guys a tag team title shot.
I remember that stuff. There was a match where you helped us win, right? Because then they had photos of it from a different angle.
Was it the Good Brothers one?
It was Good Brothers. And it was one where Sean was like adamant. I switched behind, I pushed him into the ropes, I schoolboy him, and then you push me.
It was either push you or push him.
You were assisting on the pin.
Assisting something, yeah.
But the only way that I could get that close, because Sean was like, you got to get closer to the ropes, you got to get close. I can't. Yeah. I'm a wide person, and he's got to go over here. And so like it ended up being like, boom, one, and I scoot him close enough for you to be able to hold it.
You got him and you went.
But then his shoulders completely come up off the mat, and that was the only way we could do it. Yeah. And I was just like, surely there's another way. Because the Fed is pretty big on like protecting the refs. His shoulders completely came up off the mat, and I go, well then, and then it's just a situational thing. Well, it's okay today.
And plus TV is how they film it. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't get seen, it might get seen by the people that are in the arena, but if it doesn't get seen on TV, then no harm, no foul.
They saw it.
But
they saw it, yeah. So I remember you coming in. I remember you weren't trustworthy, and again, I had come in not being trustworthy. Yeah. We'd just done the JC stuff, who was completely untrustworthy, and here comes Chase U, just blind as a bat again. I'm like, can't we have any there has to be. Surely there's levels to it.
Some nuance at least.
Some sort of like, hey, wait a minute. Yeah. And I just, it's one of those things that they'll just say like, it doesn't matter because this is the point. So shut up, read the lines and do this. I remember that last match with you. That was my last TV match, I believe, was with you. It was the one where you smacked me with the barricade.
They're so awkward too, and it never looks good.
Yeah.
So awkward.
There's a better way. But there's a certain visual they want, and it's not easy to get it.
To do.
What, and I would love your honest opinion. Be as honest as you want, because I'm going to be as honest as I want. I didn't enjoy working you.
No, you're a pain in the ass to work, because you've got your ideas, and I've got like the way that I work.
Yes.
Which is.
We are different.
Oh, we are totally. You are. I would say you are more of the theatrical component of pro wrestling, where I'm more. I like the physical nature of things.
And I don't like to get hit. You like the roughness of it. I would rather you place it and let me sell the hell out of it. Yeah. I would prefer that. And that's not to say that I'm right. No. Being in the PC where they want it, like, hey, lay it in.
And I think it's how I got broke in as well. Like Marty, when he brought me in, and he's one of the best workers of all time. Like you watch his stuff with him, Fit and Rocco and people like that. It was like his motto was like, if they can't feel it, they can't sell it. I understand. But the thing is, what it should be like, if they can't see it, they can't sell it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like if you can't see it coming or know where you are, then it's hard. But I was always, because of the way that I look and the way that I wanted to present myself, everything had to make noise and in there. Yeah. I wouldn't say I was reckless, but my stuff was in there.
It was in there.
It was in there.
Yeah.
I never, apart from that time when I...
Oh, the first training session.
First training session.
I was like, I'll avoid this guy. I had a bad run of like the athletes when I first got there. I was like, I gotta stay to the wrestlers. I gotta stick to the wrestlers, or I'm screwed in this place. Because again, I'm not. I would never pretend to be like the biggest, toughest, whatever. Yeah. I'm an entertainer. Yeah. And I want to. More than anything, I want to survive. Yeah. Like, we're older now. Yeah. It hurts more. And I can't think of anything worse, especially post WWE, of like, a bicep tear or a quad or an ACL or anything like that. I was always I wanted to be safe, and I wanted to be taken.
You did potato me once, though.
Where?
When you did a run-in. I think it was that where...
Was that you and Chase?
Yes, you did a run-in and you beat me to the corner.
Yes.
And you unloaded on me. And I think you gave me about 3 or 4 live rounds. There was a few live rounds in there. So you have got it in you.
Well, Marty told me...
if you want to be a big tough guy, you can be a big tough guy. You've got it in you.
Yeah. Well, one of my biggest things, because again, I love selling. Selling is such an important part of wrestling that is not. Wrestling has changed. Some for the better, some for the worse. In my
Selling's
opinion,
gone out of
it's
wrestling.
my opinion.
The selling's gone out of wrestling.
Selling is gone, and I don't understand why. I remember, and this can sound wrong, or people could not believe me. I tried to bring registering into the PC because certain coaches had the big guys just no selling everything, and I'm like, you have to
At least
acknowledge that something has happened. And they're like,
there's levels to it. There's levels to it.
Yeah, but they were so. Wrestling does go too far this way, too far this way. So right now, I think they're too far that way, and I'm waiting for the day that they go too. Not they will go too far, but they'll go back the other way. Why is no one selling anything? Yeah. It's essential, and the day that I lost faith, I think, was when I was told to change the way that I strike, not the way that I was punching you that day, where I was just going like this.
No, they were like, yeah.
Trying to keep a job that was already gone. The day that I lost faith was when I was throwing strikes, and then I was told to change the way that I strike. And I said, so I have to change the way that I'm punching because people don't sell.
I don't know how to sell.
Yeah. And they were like, yes. I go, what? Just teach them to sell.
Yeah.
But I think because of how inexperienced everyone is in that building, especially now more than ever, they would rather people just lay it in as opposed to learn how to work.
And I think that selling in itself, it's hard to teach selling. Selling is the art form.
Yeah.
Right? So selling is almost like a mindset. It's like you can't, like everyone has their own, you look at all the greatest sellers, you know, even like from Hogan to Ricky Steamboat, even like Austin, you know what I mean, where he used to sell his ass off, you know, all the kind of great baby faces, they all sold their own way, you know, and it's hard to teach that. Mm-hmm. So that's where people, I think, they either really want to be good at it or they just go through the motions, and it becomes like, what's the next spot? Instead of like, how can I make my opponent look the best that I possibly can?
No one's trying to help the other person. It's almost like there's no time to teach them that side of the things because they're trying to rush it so quickly.
It's like we can both get. It's like, hey, but then we can both get over here.
Yeah,
we can both do a good job. We could. If everything went well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can get over, going under.
Before I move on from the Chase U stuff, because I do want to talk briefly about the ending of it all. Any highlight there for you?
I enjoyed. Like especially the latter bit, so when we went into like just me being able to like show possibly a different side, being a little bit goofy and stuff, because like you pointed to, you're more the theatrical side of it, and I want to be able to show that, you know, because I feel like I was pigeonholed a little bit.
Yeah.
So
go more this way to then be able to.
So there are levels, and so I enjoyed that and the opportunity to do that. I just didn't feel like I got the opportunity to go as far as I could. But yeah, just working and getting to collaborate with all you guys and stuff, and then obviously winning the tag belts, then working Axiom and Fraser and stuff like, like trying to see where they're coming from, or one of them's coming from. But it was good. It was good. I think that I had 2 matches. I had did I have 3 matches with Chase? We had the Halloween Havoc. Mm-hmm. So a story about the Halloween Havoc, that stretcher. I wanted an old school gurney that would roll. It was a legitimate thing where it was like a functioning, like on hydraulics thing, and it wouldn't push. So I'm trying to ram Chase into the apron, and it's going, and it looked terrible. And I'm going, this is making me look so bad.
Right.
Oh, it was a shit.
Was that something they wanted, or it was just like seems?
So they had the Ghostbuster ambulance. There was a gurney in there. I said, I would love to use that. Oh no, we'll use this. It's safer. I went, it's really not. Like it's terrible. It's not going to be good for the match. But anyway,
that's a shame.
And then
we were booked for that, and then had our flights taken away, and that's when I was weird. Like, oh, something's happening here.
And then we did that. That was a fun match with Chase, and then I had another one with him. Then I had another one where you guys all came out, and
that was the last one.
That was the last one.
Where you took me through the
barricade, through
the thing,
the bird's nest,
whatever
it's called.
Yeah, I was really upset about that one because, and granted, they're trying to get you over as this monster heel on one of the best babyface factions.
Well, it was like they're trying to get me over as a monster heel, but not too much. They could have gone. They could have gone. You know, if they wanted me to be a legit threat, they could have gone. You know, it was like, yeah, we'll just do this.
But I think that's their version of it.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, they knew that I was gone after that, so like they could have murdered me. But I guess I'm still in there. Like you took me through that, and I guess like I live in there now.
You never left.
I really wanted, because everyone had the Chase U shirts,
Yeah.
and I wanted nothing more than to get in the ring and have like our flower moment.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
And I told the photographers, like, go over here and get the photo. And they were like, Sean wants everyone backstage. Like, it's got to be like sad and down. And I was like, yeah, but if Sean was in this situation, he'd be in the ring right now getting his flower moment.
They should have. I think the thing is, it should have ended like, even if it was like an off-air moment.
Oh yeah, it would have been off air for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'll get in the ring and have that. I think that would have been great.
Yeah, and they didn't want us to have it, and that's their choice, and we went along with it, and that's unfortunate. But the thing about the ending that I feel is worth talking about briefly, and it's just because the internet hates you and always will, and that's just, you just have to live with that, I suppose. But the fact that Chase gets released, and you were saying that you got more comments,
Like it was my fault.
like it was your fault, yeah.
When you got released, I got hit. Like it was my fault that you got released. Like
Yeah.
I went, hey Hunter, this guy. You know what I mean? And then, oh hey Hunter, Chase, yeah, that guy too.
Yeah.
Riley, bye bye.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just waiting to get Thea fired now. That's
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, it's interesting how fans can react, and again, they don't understand everything. Some do, some don't. The ones that do would know that if it wasn't you to have broken up Chase U, it would have been someone else. It was using us to help someone else, which was our entire run.
Yeah.
Like we were always there to help other people.
I said this to Terry, not even with just Chase U, but in NXT in general, I'm the conduit for somebody else to get to somebody else or to do something else, you know what I mean? So like in that instance, we did the whole Chase U thing, and then it was building me up because they needed a heel for Trick. Mm-hmm. So
It's us for you for Trick.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like, okay, well, instead of, I didn't disband Chase U. The bookers rate it that way so that I would be able to go on and so Trick could beat me. Mm-hmm. And,
Yeah, the heat's not on you.
if it is.
We didn't walk backstage and go, Ridge.
Yeah. But it's just,
But a lot of people did.
I think that especially because wrestling now is so influenced by the internet. Mm-hmm. Like, it's gonna be a struggle to reinvent. That's why I need to go and like do as much other stuff as I can. But it's fickle in it. So
Yeah.
one minute they hate you, one minute they love you, but it's always like no name, no faceless accounts and stuff like that. But even like with the Big E stuff, it's just like I think there's always just going to be a like a smudge there, an asterisk.
Yeah.
But it's now that was like that was 4 years ago now.
Right.
4 years ago,
Yeah.
It's like, wait.
One of the other things that I like to speak to people about is financials, because I don't think a lot of wrestlers are good with money. Mm-hmm. What is your experience with it pre-post wrestling, but just like in life? Do you feel like you're good with money?
I've never had money.
Never had it?
Like even when I was a pro rugby player, but in the north of England, professional rugby league doesn't pay well.
Right.
I think the highest amount of money I earned was per year playing rugby was like 35-40 grand a year. And I was playing in the Super League, the highest league in Europe. Like for instance, I don't know what it's like now because I'm kind of out of that loop. Mm. But when I was playing, I think one of the top earners might have been like 253.
Okay.
And that's in England international. That's like the top.
That's like a fucking hell.
That's like a me. You know what I mean? That's like, buy a lot of Yorkshire puddings for that. When I came over here with my wife and my daughter, we sold this house, so that gave us a bit of collateral there, so that I could buy a car and put a deposit down on a place and da. But I still took a pay cut to come.
Yeah.
Because my wife was working. She couldn't work when she come in because I'm the only one with a visa, so we still took a pay cut. We've got a family, went through as savings as you do because, you know, and then you start getting those like $5,000 increments of like, you know, bonuses, and you're still trying to figure out how things work over here. The standard of living is a lot higher. The cost of living is a lot higher.
Especially now.
Yeah, especially now. And then I had the twins, which like obviously we got a bill for their birth for 60 grand. You know, granted we were able to wangle that down a little bit. Still, you know, then you got to think about school, you know, childcare, everything. You go up into the main roster, everyone thinks, oh, they're millionaires. It's like, no, we're not. Take 85 to 100 grand off the top of that for expenses, right? And then think about having, you know, everything else that you need to pay for, you know, food, kids, schools, car, insurance, taxes, everything like that.
Yeah.
It goes, you know, mortgage.
Yeah. To me, I mean, because I never made the most. A lot of people made a lot more than me.
But you are tighter than a frog's ass, though.
There we go. There's one of them. Yes, I will spend money on food and poker.
You know the one thing, the one thing that you've given me.
I don't like where this is going.
The one thing that you've given me.
Cut.
What did you call me?
CUT.
No, we were in a Wawa, and you said, I'll get you a coffee. I got my coffee, he went, oh, I'll get that. I went, oh, that's nice of him. You had a freebie?
Yeah,
so you didn't even pay for it, you
that
had
was
a
the
freebie?
Wawa app was giving me a free coffee, yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm thinking, oh, he started to take a liking to me, he's buying me a coffee. Oh, no, it's a freebie. I'm like, you stingy bastard.
But yeah, I didn't make the most, and I've still been lucky enough, again, being tight in certain areas, where I'm still able to live and not have to work a 9 to 5 or anything like that. It's very easy for me to look at you and go like, damn, he made this much. I know he made more than me here. Then he went up and then he made this and then he came back and he was still making more. Like this SOB should have ABC and foreigner, visas, kids,
Green card.
wife. Yeah, it's, I think it's, again, I'm speaking from a single person to a married man with 3 kids.
And then helping family out as well, do you know what I mean? It like sometimes you gotta give a bit back.
Yeah.
You know? So it all adds up.
Yeah.
It all adds up. And now, like, there was a time there where I was like, and we'll probably touch on it about when I got let go with the injury and stuff like that, but there was a time there where even now it's like we are living, it's hand to mouth, you know.
Right.
It's hand to mouth. It's like, okay, where can we finagle a little bit of money from? I need an extra couple of clients so I can pay the mortgage this month. And I'm not saying that that's woe is me, because there's a billion other people going through the same thing.
Sure.
But from what people were saying, it's not just as cut and dry as what people think.
Yes, yeah. I'm trying to establish that as well, as opposed to just like pointing a finger. And again, because our situations are so different, I cannot speak, like I cannot put myself in your shoes. But for someone who has gone through what you have gone through, and you know, hindsight's a wonderful thing, are there things that you would do different or no? Or could you?
I've had this conversation with my wife a few times. I probably wouldn't have bought the current house that I'm in.
Okay.
So that's the biggest thing. I would have probably stayed in a small house renting, but the motivation for buying the house was we don't have any help here with 3 kids.
Yeah.
We're a family of 5, right? We have no childcare, no help. We're both working now, but back then it was like I was gone quite a lot.
Yeah,
on the road.
Yeah.
So when people wanted to come over, we wanted the fact that they didn't have to pay to stay in a hotel. They could stay with us and at least give us a little bit of help. Mm-hmm. So that was the thinking behind getting the house. In hindsight, like we said, it's always 2020. I would have just stayed renting in a smaller house and made it
Told
work.
them.
Yeah, pay for your own fucking hotels because there's no room at the inn.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I would have done.
It's hard because you never know, especially with wrestling, where money is going to come in, how much of it is going to come in, and when that's going to dry up, because it's always going to dry up quicker than you think. Because I know that so many kids, and again, not even in your situation, kids that are in the PC, that are in their 20s, that are probably making more than they've ever made, and are blowing it, what would your advice be to them? Like that's what I want more out of this conversation.
Live below your means.
Yeah.
Like without a doubt, just live below your means. Like do you need a brand new car? Well, for why? Why do you need a brand new Tesla? You don't.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Why? Why do you need to get a table with bottle service just so you can put it on fucking Instagram and you've got 5,000 followers, so no one's gonna fucking see it anyway. You don't need to do that. Stop trying to impress people who don't even know you.
Yeah.
Live below your means. Do your work, and save your money, because when shit hits the fan,
Which it always will at some point.
you'll at least be grateful that you just lived a little more. What's the word? Frugally.
Yeah.
I guess, is that the word, frugally?
Yeah, that's my middle name.
Yeah. Frugal Vink.
Frugal Devitt.
Frugal.
What about advice for athletes or wrestlers going into the PC? What would you tell them to look out for, to focus on?
Oh man, it's because it's such like a everything descends upon your senses, on your senses. You know what I mean? You've got so much things to learn. I just say keep it fun, like just keep the fun in it. Don't take it too seriously, because at the end of the day, when you think about it, yeah, it's wrestling. Yeah, we all want to do it and we want to be the best at what we can be, but we wrestle other people in our f***ing underpants on live TV and in coconut oil and baby oil. It ain't that deep. You know, it's not that deep. So be good for you. Don't try and impress anyone else. Be good for you. Train, be the best you can be at your craft for you. Don't do it for anyone else, because it doesn't get you anywhere. Like, I think we've all tried to impress coaches, and they don't care. It doesn't matter.
Because everyone's trying to keep their job.
Everyone's trying to keep their job, from the coaches down, so the pressure's on everyone, and shit rolls downhill, you know. So just be good at your craft, whether it's promos, ring, having great gear, being professional. Do that for you. Don't do it for anyone else.
Couldn't agree more.
So.